of crappy weather today, so I was hoping to play a little bit with my McCulloch now that I got it back from Scott from Greasy Shop Rig. He's got it all fixed up for me. But we got my selection of, I got my battery top handle, I got my Echo top handle, and then I got my Husky 51, which is a great mid-size saw. Works great for when you're doing trimming and limbing, and you know, when you want to haul around a light saw. I do love the sound of the McCulloch when it runs. I will start it so you'll get to hear it. I do love the sound of that one, but it is a heavy saw. And then I also have my 390, which is a heavy saw. It's not a saw you're gonna want to lug around all day. But if you have to lug one around all day, I would go more on the 50 to 60 cc saw range. But I don't have a 60. Eventually I will, but as of right now I don't. So this is what I have for a selection of saws, and I can kind of go over a little more of what I like about each one and, you know, the purposes of what I got them for. So we'll go through that, and we'll have some fun in the shop where it's a little bit warmer because it's snowing outside, and I don't really feel like being outside in the cold and wet after I came back from vacation because I wasn't happy to come back to snow. So we'll go over all the saws, and I'll start them all up so you can hear them all run. You can hear the differences. So this is my 540i battery. See, it is on. So technically it's running. It is peaceful, it is quiet. The only time it makes noise is when you run it. So we bought this one basically for doing tree jobs. So when I'm climbing, I don't have to start a saw on the tree, and you know, when you're between cuts, hang it up, you don't have to leave it run, or you don't have to keep starting it and starting it. Weight comparison, this versus my Echo or Adams 540 gas, they weigh pretty much the same. The gas one, obviously, you know, the more you use it, the lower your tank gets. It might weigh a little bit less, but you're only talking maybe half a pound at most. But this one here, bought it for the sole purpose of climbing trees and not having to start it in the trees. So I'm looking forward to using it a bunch more. We do have some tree jobs coming up, so this will be getting used quite a bit. So we're looking forward to doing that. We're hoping that this crappy snowy weather just disappears and turns to rain and dries back off. So we do have a tree job coming up this weekend, weather permitting, obviously. So we're looking forward to using it. Definitely we'll do a review more on it after we use it a bunch, how the batteries are holding up, you know, in the hot and the cold, and see how that works. So I have faith in it that it's gonna actually perform like I wanted it to. So we'll do more of a review on that after we use it a bunch more. So I'm looking forward to it. So I guess you'll get to see that when that comes up too. So here we have my Echo CS 355T, my top handle saw. This saw I bought quite a few years ago. Bought it just for the sole purpose of when I was cutting up a lot of smaller limb wood. You know, I could use one hand to move the log, and I could keep cutting it up for firewood. So that was the sole reason why I bought this. Didn't buy it necessarily as a climbing saw, but it does work as a climbing saw. You know, obviously it's a chainsaw, it's loud, you know, you gotta listen to that run. So when you're trying to communicate with somebody on the ground, that's where the battery is gonna actually probably be better. You know, until we get communications. Once we get communications where we can communicate in our helmets from the tree to the ground and where the guys we're working with, then it wouldn't matter. I mean, but until then, the battery is gonna be definitely quieter. So I do like this saw. I mean, this weight comparison, it's balanced pretty good. I mean, it's not as powerful as probably some of, you know, like your Stihls, if there's, you know, or your Husqvarnas. Might not be quite as powerful, but it does the job, works just as good as the rest of them. So, I mean, chain sharpening is really big. As long as your chain's sharp, any saw is gonna cut good. So, I do like this saw. It won't go away. It'll probably still be around. You know, if we're doing a tree job, run out of battery in this one, well, chances are this will be the one that'll be going up in the tree. So it'll be taken along with on our tree jobs. So if we need it that day, we use it. If we don't, you know, and we can get away with just the battery, that's what we'll do. So I do like this saw. I mean, it is nice. It's maneuverable, one hand for small stuff. So when you get into big wood, bigger saw is always better. So here we got my Husky 51. Nice light saw for carrying around when you're in the woods, you know, when you're taking down a bunch of smaller trees. Yes, it's not as fast as my 390 or as fast as the McCulloch, but it does work and it runs good. No, this one here, it has been fixed. I do have my muffler guard on there now, so it actually deflects the exhaust out, so I'm not melting the brake. But this is a good saw. I've used this one a lot down in the woods cutting trees out, so it's, I don't know, cut a lot of firewood in the years I've had it. Will I ever get rid of it? Probably not, because it's got more of a sentimental value. This was my wife's grandpa's saw that he had. After he passed, nobody else wanted it, so I said, hey, if nobody else wants it, I want it, whether I use it or not. I said if I can get it running, I'm going to use it. If I can't get it running, I'll probably keep it just for more of a sentimental thing than anything else. But I got it running, put a different bar on it. I've used this probably 9 years now. It's cut a lot of firewood. Then when I had problems with the McCulloch, well, that's when I bought the 390. So, but now I do have the McCulloch fixed because I thought it was worth it. So you'll get to see that one here coming up too. So I will start it, and I do love the sound of that McCulloch running. But this one works good. It'll be around. You don't use it as much as what I used to, but it's still there. So when I need a lighter saw, I definitely have that one to use. So here we have Molic Pro Max 700. This is an awesome saw. It is an old saw. Yes, it's a heavy saw, but you know, the sound of it is what makes up for it. I definitely love this saw. When you get this one out and you fire it up, it turns heads. And Scott from Greasy Shop Rag, thanks for fixing it. He did a good job fixing it. I actually kind of gave up on trying to find where it was leaking, and he took the initiative and he fixed it, and I am glad because now we can get this out and we can play with it. I was hoping to do some cutting with it today, but it got icky. It's snowing. I didn't feel like getting wet and cold, and I mean, I did just come back from 80, 90 degree weather back to snow. So there will be some videos of this coming up. I will do a bunch of cutting with it. It does have a great sound. I'm glad it's fixed. This is actually one of my dad's old saws, but you know, he's not no spring chicken anymore. He doesn't use it much because it's heavy. I don't like using it a lot because it's heavy, but I use this as my big saw, you know, when I was cutting with my Husky 51, because it was meant more for the bigger stuff. So, but I am looking forward to doing some more videos with that one. You will get to see it run. It cuts great. It always has. So I'm looking forward to many more years of running that saw and playing with it. It's not one you're going to get out all the time, but it's one that's fun to run. Here I got my 390 XP. This is the saw I bought when we was having issues with McCulloch. I am glad I bought this saw. I mean, I started with a 36-inch bar on it. I did downgrade to a 24-inch, but I do still have my 36-inch bar for it. I love this saw. This saw is one I use a lot dropping trees. It's the one I mainly use for dropping trees just because it's fast, it's quick, and it's got power. So I do like the sound of it. Kenny's really liked it too, because the first time he heard me fire this up, he goes, that thing's got a pop and a snap to it. So, which he's not wrong, it does. There's not a lot of saws out there that are like that. You know, this may be a 1 in 100 that's got that pop and snap, but I do love this saw. It is heavy. It's not one that you want to lug around and throw around all day. Can it be done? Yeah, I can, but usually you're regretting it the next day. So, you know, it's one of them where big saws meant for big stuff. You know, your smaller saws, you know, are meant for smaller stuff. You know, a little top handle. It's easy to carry around if you're doing a lot of little limbing. So these are the saws that I have. I definitely like playing around with them. There'll be a lot more of them coming. You'll see. Hopefully we can get some more. Maybe we'll get some Stihls to throw in there. We can compare a Stihl to a Husqvarna. Maybe we'll get some more Echoes to compare Echoes to them in comparison in size. So that's the big thing. I mean, a lot of the guys are against, Stihl, Husqvarna, Echo. Some guys are, they're loyal to one brand. We're not really loyal to any brand. We're loyal to a sharp saw and one that works. If it's sharp and it works, that's all you really need. So a sharp saw is a good saw. If it's dull, stop, change the chain, go sharpen it, whatever you have to do. Because a sharp chain is going to cut faster, you're going to get more done. So spend less time making powder and make chips. So I guess until next time, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. If you like what I'm doing, if you have anything that you'd like to see more of, leave that in the comments. I usually try to get to the comments as fast as I can, but I've been busy, so we're gonna do more on these. You'll see more of these on the tree job. I may even start taking the mcculloch along when we go to do a tree job, just to drop a stump, but hey, fire that up just for one cut. It's worth it, just for the sound. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.